Manchester United were at the Emirates on Wednesday night to take on Arsenal in Premier League action. It was the first major challenge for Ruben Amorim, as he met Mikel Arteta on the sideline, with neither getting the better of the game in early proceedings. Manchester United saw Arsenal take the lead through a set piece as a feared pre-match. Although, besides this, Onana had very little to do. Arsenal's lead was doubled through yet another corner, which must be an area of concern for Amorim. It was a performance that promised the hope for a brighter future while laying bare the problems at hand and the work to be done at the same time. But we already knew that. Ruben Amorim had warned that a storm is coming, but regardless of the result, this was much better than expected. Most importantly, Manchester United will get a second crack at the Gunners in the FA Cup third round, where they'll travel to the Emirates again on January 11. Amorim has already identified how to get a better result, or at least try to address the weaknesses from this loss. In the first half against Arsenal, United not only managed to nullify their attacking threat completely, but also fashioned some chances through direct play. Their ability to play through the press and retain possession was frustrating Arsenal fans to no end, and that was transmitted to the players, who looked rushed on the ball. It was all going according to plan, and had United taken their rare chances, this could have been a marquee moment in Amorim's nascent spell in charge. However, once the corner barrage opened and Arsenal got wind in their sails, it became impossible for United to contend. And if anything, every set piece looked like a potential goal from that point onwards. Amorim spoke to Amazon Prime after the game and decoded the game, pointing out things to improve for the FA Cup game in January. Yes, he said, it is incredible. The set pieces changed everything. We have to understand they have years of doing that. We tried to defend them, but it's hard for any team to defend the set pieces of Arsenal. That is one thing I hope to improve upon when we face them. Set pieces, that is important, and we have to be aggressive in the opponent's box. We have a lot of areas to improve. Amorim has always spoken like a winner with a fierce mentality, while also remaining humble and realistic about the club's current chances. He will undoubtedly work hard between now and January to address this set-piece fragility, but the reality is that they aren't the first team to be done like this by Arsenal, and they won't be the last. Nicolas Jovert's work with Arsenal set pieces have made them the cream of the crop in all of Europe, but it looked worse versus United because their biggest strength is precisely United's big weakness. Under Erik ten Hag, United were infamously weak on set pieces, attacking or defensive, and the appointment of set-piece coach Andreas Georgsson was made to address it. Now, in a revamped coaching staff, he already looks to have lost influence, as Amorim's assistant, Carlos Fernandes, looks like the one most active on the touchline during set pieces. Ultimately, United will get better with more time playing together in training, but this was clearly an outlier game against an opponent whose biggest strength coincided with United's biggest weakness. This notwithstanding, let's take a look at 5 things we learned from the game. The chief set-piece coach at United is sweet Andreas Georgsson, but after Arsenal schooled the Red Devils from corners, he has a lot of questions to answer with both goals coming through a corner. Almost every single corner was a threat and troubled the United backline, which stood static as the Gunners executed their routine. Having been kept by Amorim, this will no doubt be something the Portuguese head coach will want to see improve going forward. Ruben Amorim is really making huge difference defensively. Throughout the past 24 months, away days against other Big Six sides was a daunting task for United, as under Erik ten Hag, far too often it ended in a thrashing. However, in the first run-out against a top opponent under Amorim, United made a real game of it, looking so organized off the ball and brave on the ball, limiting the home side to corners. Despite conceding the 2 corner goals, other than that, Arsenal did not create a lot, and Amorim should be pleased with the defensive aspect of the performance at least. In a positive turn of events, Harry Maguire returns with a bang for Manchester United. After weeks out injured, Harry Maguire returned to the starting lineup against Arsenal, and he looked like a new signing. Used in the center of the back 3, Maguire took on all comers and dominated the Arsenal attack. He played 59 minutes. 44 out of 46 passes completed, 54 touches, two out of 2 tackles won, and 3 out of 4 duels won. The Englishman definitely has a role to play at Old Trafford. For Amorim, the idea is clear for United, but Wednesday night was a struggle. When appointed head coach last month, Amorim told fans there would be an idea quickly implemented, but that there would be some tough days ahead. This was absolutely one of those days, with the Red Devils failing to get much going in an attacking sense, finding little balance between defense and offense. A few would have expected a win against Arsenal, considering it is very early days with this new system, but the areas of improvement are clear for Amorim, which he will be happy with. United is not far off Arsenal at all. Despite not shining offensively, United competed, at least for the opening 45 minutes, toe-to-toe with one of the league's best. This is after 7 or 8 training sessions, which has us very excited for the finished product of this system in the coming months as it improves. Plenty of work to do, and it will take time, but United are not a million miles off. Wednesday night's game against Arsenal was a mixed bag for Manchester United. Ruben Amorim's defensive setup showed promise, especially against a high-caliber team like Arsenal, but those set-piece vulnerabilities cost us dearly. Still, it's clear that this team is heading in the right direction, even if there's a lot of work to be done. Now, here's the big question for you. Can United close the gap with Arsenal by January and turn the tables in the FA Cup? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What changes would you make to the lineup or tactics? If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more in-depth analysis of United's performances, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. There's plenty more coming as we follow Amorim's journey at Old Trafford. Together, let's see this rebuild through.